guys, welcome back. Today I am just doing a Q&A video. Thank you guys so much for leaving me so many great questions on my September favorites. Also, before we get started, if the lighting's a little bit weird, it's because it's later in the day, but I figured I'm just filming like a Q&A. I'm not showing makeup, so if the lighting's not perfect, then that would be okay. Also, down below, I will have my past two Q&As linked, as well as my 50 facts about me video, in case you want to get to know me a little bit better after watching this video. And if I didn't answer your question, it's more than likely because I've already addressed it in a previous video. My 50 random facts video is like very short and concise and to the point, so it's a really good way to learn a lot about me in like 6 minutes, I think it is. But anyways, let's jump into the questions. I actually lost my phone case, so just ignore that. It's driving me crazy that it's like so naked. But the first question is, how long have you been with your boyfriend? Do you two see wedding bells in the near future? And when is the boyfriend tag coming? So James and I actually celebrated our 4-year dating anniversary back in the summer. It was actually when I was weekly vlogging, so I'll link that vlog down below. And do we see wedding bells? First of all, I'm sorry, James, because I know your family's going to watch this video and probably tease you about this. But yes, James and I talk pretty regularly about getting married, and we definitely see ourselves getting married in the future. Probably not like super soon. Like, I'm thinking it'll probably at least like 2 or 3 years, just because we are still both so young. We're only in our early 20s, but I can say pretty confidently that we are going to get married. And the boyfriend tag, okay, you guys, on my birthday haul, James said that if that video got 2,000 thumbs up, he would do the boyfriend tag with me. And it's at like, I think almost 1,300 thumbs up now. So I'm gonna link that down below as well. It's like a million different links down there. But go give it a thumbs up if you want to see it. He's being adamant about those 2,000 likes, but I know we can get there, so go give that video a thumbs up if you do want to see the boyfriend tag. What is your all-time favorite hair product? So that is a tough question, but I would have to say it is the Agave Healing Oil treatment. It's just like a leave-in hair oil, obviously. It is amazing. I ran out of it and I have some other hair oils to use up at the moment, but I love it. It is like the one product that I say, if you're gonna like splurge on something a little bit more expensive, it should be that one because it's incredible. I'll link the product down below as well. And my hair care routine is always linked below as well. I got a lot of questions on my hair. It's always down there, or you can search SARI Rihanna hair care routine and both of my hair care routines will come up. One thing I'm wondering, is YouTube your full-time job, and what would you recommend for someone who wants to start their own channel? Thank you for all the love, by the way. So yeah, YouTube is my full-time job. That is actually the first time I've ever really said that. If you follow me on like Snapchat and Twitter and everything, I'm sure you already know because I'm always like at home working on videos and editing and doing stuff like that. But I've never like really verbalized that yes, YouTube is my full-time job at the moment. I've been doing YouTube full-time for a little while. I've been working full-time since I was a teenager, and basically this summer was rolling around, and as a lot of you guys saw, I was on vacation for a good chunk of the summer, and it just wasn't going to work out. I wasn't going to be able to keep a regular job and take those trips as well, and there's just been so many times in the past since I've been working so much where I've passed up opportunities like that and just like missed out on family things. So I decided I'm not going to do that anymore, and yeah, I just decided to start doing YouTube full-time. I know full well that people out there are definitely going to judge me for that, but when it comes down to it, I'm doing what's right for me in this moment and what makes me happy, and I'm not hurting anyone, and that is ultimately what matters in life, I think. And then the second part of your question, what would you recommend for someone who wants to start their own channel? First of all, do it for the right reasons. Don't do it because you just want to like make a bunch of money or anything. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking, but you're really not going to start a channel and start making like a ton of money or anything like that. That's just not how it works. And also, don't get discouraged. I know so many people who have started a channel and posted like 2 or 3 videos and then like given up because they don't see overnight success. Once again, that's just not how YouTube works. But if you really want to be successful on YouTube and you're doing it because you genuinely enjoy it, then you will gain subscribers and you will see your channel grow and you will get opportunities because of it. But it just takes a lot of time, so just don't get discouraged once again. I'm gonna answer this one next because it kind of ties into it. It says, I would love to start doing videos on YouTube and need some advice. What cameras and light setups do you recommend, and what video editing software do you recommend as well? Also, thank you for saying you enjoy my videos. This is going to sound really weird, but honestly, do not go out and invest a ton of money when you are just starting a channel. Start using natural light and use like your iPhone camera, the back camera, or like your family's old like point and shoot digital camera. Use whatever you have. Going back to the fact that a lot of people get discouraged, you're really going to regret it if you invest a ton of money in lighting and a camera and everything, and then you film 3 videos and get discouraged and decide that it's not for you. I actually started my channel a long time ago, and I started off just on my like MacBook Pro webcam. My quality sucked and my lighting was awful, but then after a few months I decided to invest in my current camera, and then I actually ended up taking a very long break from YouTube, and there was a long period of time where I really regret spending money on a camera. I've definitely gotten my money out of it now, but there was definitely a long period of time where I was like, oh my gosh, why did I spend so much money on this camera that I am like not even using anymore? So that is my biggest advice. Seriously, just start with what you have, because you might hate making YouTube videos and then you're out a ton of money. I see people who like haven't even created their channel and they're like, should I get the Canon T5i or the T6i? And I'm just like, no, don't spend so much money. And this also might sound weird too, but keep in mind that not a lot of people are actually going to see your first videos, so you don't need like perfect flawless quality. If you could live in any city in Canada, which city would you like to live in? So I would love to move to Toronto. I just really fell in love with Toronto when I was there, even though I was only there for a few days. You guys know I really enjoyed my time there, and I would love to live there. I can definitely see myself moving there in the future. Obviously, that's also going to come down to if James is okay with moving there. But aside from just like liking the city in general, it's also kind of the best place to be because there's like a YouTube space there now and everything, and there's just a lot more opportunities and events there. So yeah, I would love to live in Toronto. Alternately, I would love to live in Banff one day. Or Vancouver Island too, honestly. Obviously Banff is tricky because you can't just like pick up and move into a national park, but any of those places I would love to live. More like short term though, Toronto. All-time favorite facial cleanser, I would have to say Philosophy Purity Made Simple. I haven't had it in a while, but it is the cleanser that I repurchase the most often. It's just really gentle and it doesn't irritate my skin. I guess that's kind of the same thing as being gentle. I think it's really like one of the only cleansers I've actually repurchased, and I've probably gone through maybe like 5 bottles, like the big bottles most of the time too. So I'm going to answer this one too because I also saw a lot of questions on this subject. It says, I would like to know more about your career slash education. Thanks a lot. So career I kind of already talked about, but education, I saw a lot of questions that were like, are you in school? Do you want to go back to school? Like just basically what are your plans with that? What have you done education wise kind of things? And I also saw some questions from you guys that say that you've like seen my kind of like struggles and my confusion with what to do and kind of want to know what I've like considered in that kind of aspect. So basically, I am not currently in school. I was homeschooled for high school. I had horrible, like crippling social anxiety when I was in junior high. So I kind of like started high school, I did a couple months, and then I just ended up switching to homeschooling, which was amazing. And basically once I was finally like allowed to go into homeschooling, I was just so excited, and even like 7 years later, I'm still just like, screw school, I do not want to go back at this point in my life. That's not to say I will never go back, it's just right now I know it's not what's right for me. I do have like a provincial high school diploma and everything, and I was actually enrolled in a post-secondary program at one point, but like I said, I've really struggled with what I want to do, and I just didn't really ever go anywhere with that post-secondary program because it was like, I really don't want to spend the money and get like in debt with student loans and everything when I'm just so unsure of what I want to do. But yeah, ultimately I just decided, like I said, that I didn't want to really invest a ton of time and money in that, just where I'm at in my life now, you know? I might go back to school and university one day, but as of right now, I just don't really have any plans to. And I think this is the last question I'm going to answer for today because I feel like I've been talking quite a bit. But this says, I've heard you talk quite a bit about your mom. I was curious if you're as close with your dad. I've seen him and your brother make occasional appearances on your Snapchat. Also, do you have the same group of friends from high school? So the friend thing, I was homeschooled. High school friends were not a thing for me. Everyone that I am friends with is kind of from like the different jobs I've had. Just people that I've met through work and everything. I didn't really have the opportunity to meet a ton of people my age when I was like high school age. And then, are you as close with your dad? So basically, I do have a really good relationship with everyone in my family. My family is very close, we're very open, we're the kind of family where we have like a very open dialogue, we can really share anything with each other. But with that being said, my parents are fairly recently divorced and I live with my mom, so that's why you guys see my mom all the time. My parents want to maintain like a healthy, amicable relationship and everything, obviously, because I mean, They have me and my brother. They're always going to be tied together between us, you know what I mean? And that's easier said than done, of course. We're still figuring things out, and there's definitely been some bumps in the road, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I am fairly close with him. We've just had slightly more of a complicated relationship because of all that, and lots of other factors, honestly. So yeah, maybe one day I will talk about that a little bit more, but hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight into that kind of aspect of my life. But like I said, that is where I'm going to end today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to check the description bar because there will be like a million different links. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy these more personal Q&As. Go follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. I am at SARI Rihanna on all three. And social media is definitely a great place to follow me if you do want to continue to get to know me even more. And hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. But I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye guys. You guys, blanket scarves are literally my life. Like, I'm so obsessed with them. They are a necessity for me being Canadian, and I live in them in the winter time.